To use the crop tool, import an image and select the crop tool from the toolbar or use the shortcut C from the keyboard. Next, decide on the crop size. There are several presets under the drop-down menu. I'll use a ratio indicated by the colon between the numbers and choose 5:7. When I do, I see an outline of the crop. At this point, using the swap indicator, I can make my selection, vertical or horizontal. Next, I click on the check mark at the top of the image or hit enter, and the image is now in the selected size based on the ratio. It is important to note this is not a different size, but only a ratio of the original. If you go to image size in the image drop-down, you can see the image length is the same as it was. The width is different because of the new ratio and the resolution remains the same. To change the actual size, we'll go back to the image, click on the crop tool or select C from the keyboard, and instead of choosing a ratio, choose the width, height, and resolution from the drop-down. I'll type in the width and the length that I want. I can also choose a resolution. I frame my crop box and click on the check mark at the top or hit enter on my keyboard. The image is now selected, showing the size and resolution that I chose. You can go to image size in the image drop-down and confirm the size and resolution. Notice the rule of thirds is easily seen on the grid lines within the crop box. You can change this to other formats by selecting the grid icon at the top or pressing O on the keyboard. You can hide it or show it automatically, which means it only shows when you click on the crop with your mouse. When I click on the check mark or hit enter on my keyboard, my new crop is confirmed. I can also crop freehand by selecting the crop tool, either using C on the keyboard or choosing it from the toolbar. If my crop parameters are left blank, the crop will be in freehand mode. You'll see a dashed bounding box which will turn into the crop tool as soon as you release the mouse. If I hold down the Alt key on a PC or the Option key on a Mac, the image stays stationary and only the crop tool moves. If I hold down the Shift key, the crop box ratio locks at whatever it's currently set. If I press P on the keyboard, the bottom right corner locks and I can drag the crop box wherever I want. Press P again and I can move the image instead of the crop box. If you want to create your own crop presets, set the crop box to whatever you want, then go to Create New Preset in the Crop drop-down list and type in the name of the new preset. When it pops up, it'll have the dimensions in it, but you can change it to whatever you want. To get rid of the parameters in the crop tool settings, just hit Clear. The crop tool also has a straighten tool to help you straighten the image. Select it and then draw a line inside your crop along a horizon or whatever straight element you want to use. Release it and presto, the image is straightened. When I click on the check mark or hit enter on my keyboard, my new crop is confirmed. You can also rotate the cropped image. When you select a crop, place your cursor outside the crop box. You'll see it turn into a small arc. Simply click and drag the arc to the desired rotation. You have an option to permanently delete pixels that are not part of the crop. Check the box at the top to engage that function. If you choose not to, you'll see the original image outside of the crop, which is handy if you want to crop a different area. If I crop an area outside of my image, a clear or white section will appear. If, however, I click on Generative Expand in my drop-down, the white area will be filled using AI to add what it thinks should be there. You can also select Content Aware from the drop-down box, and Photoshop will fill the expanded image with information from your existing picture. Generative Fill creates something using AI, and Content Aware Fill creates something using your existing image. Generative Fill and Content Aware are explained in detail in other Photoshop Quickies. One last thing I wanted to mention is that you can use your masking tool and draw a box on your photograph. Once you've done that, select the crop tool or press C on the keyboard and it will automatically crop within that bounding box. I want to mention that Photoshop Quickies is a no-nonsense way of showing you step-by-step instructions for various features. To get the most out of it, use the pause button on the video as you work through the steps.